The Bearcats' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Shotgun to hand off to the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Let's talk for a minute about Troy. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster. They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, and they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Wall. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Dumps it to the back. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
That hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. Still get a pass break up, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. Smashes through the tackle. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Incomplete. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Royer. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st. Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Let's go! He'll pull it on the read. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense holds their ground, pick up for a yard. It's at the 26. They'll try to get the first through the air. It's caught. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
The throw to the outside is complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job of taking what the defense gives you.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it! And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the 1st, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Touchdown, Troy! Quick strike through the air for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jackson. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. And the Bearcats headed quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Trying play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's McNabb. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Let's go!
The Portland throw off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to swing it on second down. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Fit it in the window for the score. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And the extra point was good. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They go to the ground. Works his way ahead for three. They'll spot it at the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to the big tight end. It's picked up. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Motion from the wideout. He'll start this drive firing. And that one's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Bearcats! And the grab in the end zone for the score.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Intercepted, a first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Works the middle. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Great job by the defense here, rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quick.
Big guy tries to go up. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here.
There he goes. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
From the gun, the ground game. At the 45 on his way. Lots of room to run. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. That gives him 54 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. And the Trojans come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Quickly complete. Running through contact. Touchdown, Trojans. Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Michigan State is ahead in East Lansing, but that's not exactly Kenneth Walker III out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Central Michigan. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the off.
Breaks into the open. Great move. Now he's got room. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38. These guys are on the move.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. You got to communicate.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
Let's take a minute and talk about Cincinnati. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see that, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good coach.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed, and if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Going for 6. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
It's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. wants to go up top on first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that one.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB. Finally getting some pressure. Finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Bearcats! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How about the day for this young man? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes with the return. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Catch in the middle, it's Terrell. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to go up top and times running out in the half. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Gets it out quickly. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down and nothing doing there.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Grab the short pass to put the Saints on the board.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like they're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Rides to back and leaves it. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. First half in the books. Time now to join Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Jackson. Makes a move. Got a move. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's untouchable.
We just went to half. We drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. Couldn't draw it up any better than that.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. To the air, it's Willis. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And as he throws, pulls it in, it's Wall. And they get him down.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Grabs it in the middle.
The slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw again. Floating away. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. On the
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Back to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Fires into the end zone. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensive.
There he goes down the right side. Past the 50. The 40. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
My goodness, you're backed up. Just trying to give yourself some space on offense. Forget that. I'm taking this thing 98 yards to the house. You know what's nice? To almost break the 100-yard rushing mark in one play.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, it's Willis. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
What a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Past the first down marker and still running. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, That is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, and he's got the first down, and now have it first and goal at the 6. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. That's the way they finish a drive and put up points.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. From the gun, running back on the move. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Looking for a man. It's Willis. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. Because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm of throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles, well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bearcats! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Game one, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
And the point after is good. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Willis. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Looking downfield on first down. Going for the big play. It's complete. Touchdown, Cincinnati. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability in that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. You guys will have another look at this Troy offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
To the air on second down. Floats it out in space. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Snatches it on the right. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's Willis. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back, and going to get the quarterback.
A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Wants to throw again. Caught near the sticks. It's Terrell. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays, but he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The Trojans, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
This time he's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Wide out trying to get it in. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Trying to bully their way in. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out past the 35. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here we go, here we go. Caught in the backfield, it's tipped down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't.
There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.